most men are not good at sex. No, I'm being serious. And the reason why is mainly because they either haven't had enough practice, which is fair, or they just don't care to please the women. That's why a lot of men are referred to as Minutemen, two pump chump, because the guys that do get laid still don't do an adequate job, according to the women. So, when a woman finds a man that is actually decent in bed, she finds a rare thing. It's not easy to come by, so that makes that man valuable to the woman. In doing so, that man receives pros and cons, or benefits and consequences of that sexual prowess. So today, what I'm gonna go into is the 5 consequences of being too good in bed. The first consequence of a man being too good in bed, Pippy long stalking. Now, that is a reference to a cartoon that I watched when I was younger about a girl who was the strongest person in the world. And I really like that cartoon, which proves that I'm not misogynist. Anyway, what do I mean? I mean that if you do a very good job in the bedroom, sometimes this can make a girl go crazy. Now you may think, oh, that's kind of gas, right? No. The problem is when a girl gets crazy about you, she becomes obsessed. And if she becomes obsessed, that creates a problem. Because now she's stalking you, following your social media, commenting under all your posts, under all your stories, calling you at all hours, showing up at your job, interrupting your time with other women. That's not fun. You may think, obviously I did a really good job and she keeps hitting you up for session after session. You're taking it as a compliment, but you gotta realize that she's no longer in her right mind. She has become an addict. Admittedly, she's an addict to you, but nonetheless, it's not a good position to be in, especially if you don't want anything further with her. So I do always caution you, if you're gonna drop off some premium bite, you can't just do it to anyone, because some women go crazy. The second consequence of a man being too good in bed, substitute lover. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that we have already established that good dick is hard to find. Pause, double pause, triple pause, no homo, right? So, when a woman finds a good lay, she findeth a good thing, meaning that she's going to double and triple back to you because you gave her such a great experience. And you may think, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, but some women will do it regardless of their relationship status. Meaning, she could have a boyfriend, she could have a fiance, she could have a husband, she could have kids, and still keep coming back to you to get that experience that she craved. Because basically, out of all the men that she's met throughout her life, you were the only one that was able to hit it right. And you may think, well, that's gas. Thank you very much. But once again, that is a novice mindset, because you have to remember, if she's going to go back to you regardless of relationship status, that puts your well-being in jeopardy, because what do you now have to deal with? Angry husbands, angry boyfriends that want to figure out, who is my significant other seeing so much? Why is she always going back to this guy? Making your shit hot, and now you gotta either fight a guy, maybe even, all because you did too good of a job. Was it worth it? Don't answer that. The third consequence of a man being too good in bed, the lovely bones. Yes, that is a reference to a movie, a great movie, you should watch it. What do I mean? Basically, men often forget, especially with this new city girl era, that women are not actually built to sport fuck. They would like to, but they can't. They're actually programmed to get attached emotionally to men that they have sex with. So, if you do a phenomenal job in the bedroom, she's going to think in her female brain that you love her, that you like her, that you want a relationship with her, when all you did was a good job, okay? That's all you did. You just came in a hoop. That's all you did. But she thinks, oh, he's my husband now. And now you have to deal with her trying to push you into relationship mode when you never had that intention. All because you did too good of a job. And you have no one to blame but yourself, fucking Casanova. You couldn't have just gave her some lackluster 1 minute pipe? No. You had to leave it all on the floor. Drop a triple double. It's your fault. Now she's in love with you. Are you happy with yourself? Don't answer that. And the fourth consequence of a man being too good in bed, the Parent Trap. Yes, that is another movie reference. It's also a good movie. A nice Disney movie. You should watch it. Anyway, what do I mean? I mean that being an excellent lover as a man is dangerous. Why? Because sometimes when you're in the throes of passion, in the heat of the moment, a woman will say that one phrase, that forbidden phrase that all men fall victim to. Turn me into a Twinkie. Now, obviously that's not the phrase, but I'm trying to keep it clean. You know what I mean, okay? And if you're a regular, normal man, it is very, very difficult to resist doing exactly what she told you to do. I myself have fallen victim once or twice. And you are not special. Don't act like you're special, okay? We both know that you've done it as well, okay? But here's the problem. She's doing that knowing that she's ovulating or fertile or there's no condom, and now you're a dad. All because you did too good of a job. And silly her, she thinks, I know he doesn't want a relationship with me, but maybe a kid will make him stay. Okay. Anyway, so now you are a fucking statistic, all because you did your job too well. And the fifth consequence, or the last consequence of a man being too good in bed, CPT, coitus people time. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that if you are doing a good job, a session usually lasts about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe more if you got some Key Sweat playing in the background. But it's usually not a quick thing. You take your time. You put effort into it. You're focused. It's a movie. It's a motion picture. But you also know that you have shit to do. So you can't just be fucking like for hours on end. You have stuff to do. You were still a man with responsibilities. So, for example, you know that you have an 8 a.m. appointment at the DMV tomorrow morning. But because you had to be Mr. fucking Casanova, Mr. fucking Love Jones, you didn't go to sleep until 4 a.m. because you were busy putting on a performance. And now, you guessed it, you missed your appointment to the DMV and now you have to wait in line like a fucking peasant. All because you couldn't just do a quickie. You couldn't just get in and out. You just had to put on a freaking virtuoso. That's what you had to do. You can say what you want about the Minutemen, the two pump chumps, all that, but they're efficient and they're never late for an appointment. Okay? Sometimes just give her some trash or some mediocre just so you can get out of there quickly because you have other things you need to do. Okay? Now, I just want to close out by saying that I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a good or excellent lover. I'm never going to tell you that. Please do not misconstrue my message. I'm just saying that not every woman deserves an excellent performance. Sometimes you gotta give her some 2 minutes, some trash, some lackluster pipe, just to make sure she doesn't stalk you. With great pipe comes great responsibility. That's what Uncle Ben said. You watched the movie, I watched it too. Sometimes you gotta give lackluster, and I know it may hurt your ego, may hurt your pride, may hurt your self-respect, but sometimes you can't always give her the A game. Does she even deserve the A game? Is this just some basic chick that you met at the club? You gotta think. Come on. Not every girl deserves the A game, okay? That's it for today, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm King's Wisdom. I got merch. Link in description. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube. I also do one-on-one consultations. Link is also in the description for that as well. You're welcome.